Hello everyone, and this is my review for Monday Night Raw on December 10th, 2012. And of course, this is the go-home show before the TLC pay-per-view. Obviously, their build-up towards the TLC pay-per-view has been relatively weak, mostly on the aspect of they haven't seemed to be putting a lot of focus on their matches. And of course, they ended up losing a match with losing the CM Punk and Ryback match with the tables, ladders, and chairs match in the WWE title. I think they did do a very good job this tonight with just building building around the matches that they do have and putting a great amount of emphasis on it. I liked how they started out the show with Dolph Ziggler leading into Sheamus, to him talking about his Money in the Bank briefcase match with John Cena, what he's going to do when he wins it, basically saying he was going to cash in on Big Show. That leading into Sheamus coming out there, that was a great segment in my mind. The aspect behind the whole Vickie Guerrero and Vince McMahon thing, their little interactions, that seems to be taking a little bit more leeway, maybe even potential more story building than just being a one-off thing like it was last week. Just on those couple aspects, that was a really nice way of going through the to begin the show there. I actually ended up really liking the interaction with Antonio Cesaro and Kofi Kingston. They obviously have their respective matches with Wade Barrett and R-Truth, and for the pay-per-view on Sunday, and them being on commentary for that match in general was a nice little added touch. And then of course the continuous of both of the champions attempting to build some kind of momentum going into their matches, go into the pay-per-view, was another nice little touch as well to building their momentum. They're going into the pay-per-view match trying to be on top, in head, with momentum going in there. That was really good. The match itself is actually really good as well. Just a couple of other areas that I actually ended up liking. Actually, I ended up not necessarily liking the initial Divas match with Eve and Alicia Fox. That was just a kind of a ho-hum match. It was the actual interaction after the match where, it was just great heel tactic out of Eve to do the photo op over her fallen opponent after the match. I just felt it was a good heel tactic. Match itself was what it was, but the heel tactic afterwards was really good. Just the whole aspect, they ended up building into another #1 contenders match for the tag team titles. It's great that they're still going with emphasizing on the tag team division itself. Obviously, you can't have the tag titles in there with Daniel Bryan and Kane being a part of the six-man TLC match with Ryback, but you had a fatal not a fatal four-way, but a 4-team elimination match for another spot in a #1 contendership match at the pay-per-view against Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio. Fun match to watch. It was great to see Cody Rhodes come back and Rhodes Scholars teaming up again. That was it was a fun, entertaining match to watch. It's always great to watch elimination matches in my mind, and it just went off the show inside that match as well. And their interaction with The Miz on the Miz TV as well was just it was a lot of fun. You definitely got the two different styles with the whole Rhodes Scholars team and then The Miz. You had the them attempting to be more intellectual. Sorry, I'm actually messing up that word. They were trying to be a little bit more smart with their words. I'm a little bit more smart with the interview, and that inside there. And then of course you had Miz kind of just trying to play to the crowd. He's running into this new face gimmick probably a little bit rough, more rough than I've seen other people attempting their face gimmicks. The crowd seems to be somewhat behind him, but I think they still kind of always view him more as a heel. They are, but we'll see how that continues on with his face turn as they continue along with it. The main event of the night being the whole, the whole John Cena interaction. Initially, his whole interaction with AJ in the backstage, especially after her, hearing that she was going to face Vickie Guerrero, and then after the match where she got screwed out of the match by Brad Maddox as the referee, and then basically him saying, hey, she shouldn't be back there. Not being back there, but she shouldn't be out there for the match. Maybe that's something they can continue on into the future, to where they actually allow AJ to be out there for a match and then something happens. But it was good to see that they didn't just throw her out there with the match with Big Show this week, because you would have assumed something would have happened between if you had thrown her out there. And it was kind of weird, the fact that they put the Shield into the whole main event area, because it didn't seem to really fit with them attacking John Cena with the way they've been going recently. And it didn't seem... sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. It just didn't seem that they were going... It didn't seem like they should have been in that area in general there. Because John Cena really hasn't had much interaction with CM Punk recently, and if they're going under that route where they're kind of going after the people that are going after CM Punk at this point, it's not really. It really doesn't seem to fit in where them attacking John Cena. But it did lead to a pretty good melee towards the end there, bringing out Sheamus, bringing out Dolph. Dolph Ziggler was already at ringside. Of course, Big Show and Cena were in the ring, bringing out Daniel Bryan and Kane, and eventually Ryback. I still don't care whether or not people like Ryback. You can definitely tell the crowd is behind Ryback for the most part here, because you're definitely getting the Feed Me More chance and everything there. So hopefully he can keep that momentum going through not just the pay-per-view, but for whenever he gets to be ousted, gets to be put back into the main event spot into the somewhere in the future there, or even for whatever WrestleMania match they're considering him for at that point in time. Overall, I mean, there was definitely good things on Raw. They definitely made an attempt at making the TLC pay-per-view be seen a little bit better than what it seems already. I did like their added touch by putting the tables, ladders, and chairs all over the arena tonight. That was a nice little touch to put a little bit more emphasis onto the whole pay-per-view itself. I don't think it actually worked in this case, but overall, I felt it was a good attempt at putting a good emphasis towards the pay-per-view on Sunday. It still falls under an aspect of, even though there was a lot of good things on Raw, a lot of fun matches on Raw, there just seems to be there's a lot of just randomness going on Raw, where you're having just random matches. You're having Alberto Del Rio every week. He doesn't have a feud. Hopefully they'll get a feud for him here in the near future. He's definitely been doing some good ring work as of late, and his match with Zack Ryder was actually fairly entertaining to watch as well. But overall, Raw itself, it was fairly good. It was a fairly good Raw. It just feels like they're running out of things that they can do within that 3-hour time frame. Maybe it is time for the show to go back down to a 2-hour, and so they don't have to seemingly just throw something random out there for no apparent reason. But overall, Raw this week was pretty good, and yeah, that's my review for Monday Night Raw this week. I thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.